Well, I wish I could say that I've always wanted to be a firefighter, but that's not true. I decided, well, I'm gonna go to nursing school, because I needed money, I was broke, so what else can I do? Got about halfway through, and man, nursing is great. It's a great profession, but there was just something missing. And I was actually driving into church with my family, and my dad asked me, well, are you excited to be a nurse? And I was like, honestly, Dad, no. I mean, there's just something missing. And he goes, well, why don't you come work at the fire department? And I was like, girls can't do that. And he was like, sure they can. So he slowly started introducing me to some of the women that he's worked with over the years and telling me stories. And I mean, these were some bad women. They were impressive when I met them. And it was really neat to see, like, okay, I can do this. So on a whim, I dropped in an application, and that was the best decision of my life for my future and, having a great career with the Dallas Fire Department, which is, in my opinion, the best fire department in the world. We have some of the most aggressive but smart firefighters. They're always trying to better themselves, learn different techniques, learn different ways of doing things that maybe didn't originate here in Dallas, or maybe it did, but they're willing to go the extra mile and actually care and have that mission mindset to where they want to do a good job for the citizens of Dallas. Why is Dallas Fire Department so great? It's because of the people that work here. My dad worked for the Dallas Fire Department for 37 years. He retired just recently, actually last month. Growing up, I got to go to the fire station and visit with all the firefighters that he worked with over the years and got to see it from that perspective. But again, in the past, I never thought about following his footsteps. It was just one of those things that I thought, oh, cool, my dad's a fireman and that's such a cool job. But luckily it worked out where I was able to work with him and, be in the same department as him. I'm thankful for those opportunities and thankful for the chance that I had to work with him when he was still in the department. I'm very fortunate and lucky to have that. As far as the women that came before me, I don't know how hard they had it. I couldn't imagine being in their shoes. I know the culture has changed a lot, but I also know there's changes that still need to be made. So I'm thankful for them and what they did, and that they always held themselves to a high regard, or at least the ones that I've met. I know, had it a lot harder than I did, and I'm thankful that they represented themselves in such a way that it opened the door for others. I know that when we walk into a station or we show up on scene, we're noticed. And hopefully that changes, because for my friends and the other women that I work around, for the most part, we just want to show up and do the job just like anyone else. It doesn't matter what gender, race, whatever, we just want to show up and be able to contribute and do a good job. And I know that's something that was instilled, that talking to the other women that came before me, something that I kind of caught on to is like, can I do the job? That's all that I want to be judged by, is can I show up and be a contributing member to this team? And that's what I go by. I would say something that I'm really passionate about as well is being a member of special ops with being on the water rescue team. And that's just a really cool training in itself. You get to make some really neat runs and, some pretty hairy, dangerous rescues that I wouldn't have access to, I feel like, anywhere else. Being on Texas Task Force 1, the state level team with water rescue, so we get to deploy and, help citizens across the state of Texas, not just here in Dallas. How many women are in Swiftwater? I think there's 4 of us that are Swiftwater certified in the city. When I started, I was the first one. It wasn't anything really that was a feather in my hat just because I was the first female. It wasn't anything that I thought that I'm something great for. It just sort of how it happened. But, I've met a lot of great people through the Swiftwater program that didn't treat me any different just because I was a female or I was the first one. I would highly recommend that specialty to anyone. The brotherhood is a real thing, being able to be supported by each other and have that family outlook. A lot of my close friends that I even hang out with on my days off are firefighters. I've gotten like a second family from it, but also the opportunities for growth, and not just talking about promotional exams. I'm not talking about rank, just the experiences that I've gotten to do. Like I said, the water rescue team, that's opened so many doors for me, even on the state level. People can say, I'm just here for a job, but it changes you. And I'm not here just for a job. I'm here to be the best fireman I can be. And I know I said fireman, but that's because I don't see myself as any different. And I don't want to be seen as any different just because I'm a female, because I'm part of the firefighter family. And at the end of the day, I just want to show up, do a good job, and do the best job I can. What does it mean to be a firefighter? I mean, we get to do some really cool things. We get to do a lot of cool things, but I guess at the basis and the core of it, it is a very rewarding job, and it's something that you would not get the opportunities and experiences anywhere else in any other profession, in my opinion. It's the greatest job in the world. Being a firefighter is really, putting others before yourself at all levels. I think there's a lot of us that have that servant mentality already. Being able to go to sleep at night knowing that we've done good in the world and that we've done something to help someone else, it's just a very rewarding job in that sense. We make a difference and we make the world better, and at the end of the day, what greater calling is there than that?